Alright, next deck we're trying. So, we just played a series of games with Evelyn and Kaisa, two of the new champions in this latest expansion. We're trying the third and final champion in this deck here, Gwen. So Gwen features her and her followers feature another new keyword here, Hallowed. After I die for the rest of the game when allies attack, hollow your first attacker, giving it +1/+0 that round. So kind of a more aggressively slanted archetype, looking to play out a bunch of units with high attack values, as you can see a lot of them have. Attack into our opponent, and even if they are trading or removing our stuff, we do get a little bit of value off of them because it means anything we play subsequently will get even stronger. Gwen herself levels after she deals a lot of damage and she drains on attack, but then her leveled up version is she drains 1 from the enemy nexus for every 2 powers she has. So, you know, theoretically, if you get hollowed high enough, you could be draining for, 5, 6, 7, 7 health. So the deck, and I figured based on the fact that we are, trying to push damage with kind of squishy attackers, and we want to be attacking as often as possible, Demacia seemed like a good pairing. We get both Lucian, who doesn't mind seeing our stuff die, and then levels up to Rally, which means we can get extra value off of Hallowed. We got Cataclysm here for the same reason, giving whatever attacker additional power, potentially into an enemy that we don't want to be living anymore. Which could be, and that could be either Lucian or Gwen, which both have quick attack, which means we're not trading. And in the case of Gwen, especially when leveled, means we're also draining on top of that for potentially a ton damage. Threw in another rally card here in Golden Ages along with it. A few other noteworthy cards. So in addition to all the hollowed stuff, I've got a couple Mask Mothers in here. They kind of act like additional hollowed units in a way. It's like build your own hollowed unit, because we kill one of our hollowed units, it becomes hollowed, and then because that hollowed unit die, we're going to attack for a little bit more power. Not sure how good that's going to be, if that's maybe too expensive or what have you, but I thought it was at least worth trying since we want kind of a critical mass of hollowed units in the deck. There are more that we could include that I haven't, particularly this Ghostly Paramour, which does seem good, but also kind of expensive and slow. And I think we want to be a little bit lower to the ground overall, so maybe the Mask Mother lets us do that. Maybe not, because most of the time, on average, you're kind of paying 4 for her anyway, right? You're putting down something, maybe like a Phantom Butler or a Boisterous Host, or maybe even you played something like one of these Ghastly Bands is coming out. Then you play her, and then it's like, okay, well, at that point, maybe I should have just played a Ghostly Paramour and potentially gotten some life drain out of the deal, but we'll see how that feels. Could be that I just throw away these Mask Butters, put these Ghostly Paramours back in the deck, which is what it was originally. But the other nice synergy is with Mask Mothers that if Senna is out, along with Lucian, it can be a way to force level him, which could be very good. Other than that, yeah, like I said, the deck is mostly just jamming as much hollowed stuff in the deck as possible, some protection for our key threats, and a little bit of rally as well. Also got a couple of Rekindlers here at the bottom end, because I figure in a pinch, Rekindler's going to come down, revive a Gwen, who's going to attack, and because of Hallowed, get a ton of attack power, and then drain our opponent for lethal, maybe. That's the hope. How good that card ends up feeling, we'll see. Definitely something I could see cutting, but for now, we'll give it a try. Didn't run into a ton of Hallowed decks in our first stint with the Evolve and Hive champions. Probably because those are the ones people are gravitating more towards because they are so interesting. Do we go? Is this a 1, 2, 3, 4 we're interested in playing? Sure, let's try it. With that too, and the fact that this just dies to... Oh, it gets stats and keywords though, so maybe we're okay putting it. No, I think I'm gonna bank the spell mana for the Sharp Sight, rather than play the Mask Mother. Well, where were you last round, man? They're gonna do Shock Blast or whatever it is. Deal 3 to both of these, and then I'll just save this one. +2. So I would be +2/+1. So I'd be trading either way, which is not ideal. So we'll just do this because it trades with 1, and then this attacking next round can trade into it.
Oh, I would love to.
You can feel the anticipation in the air.
It's an awesome day for progress.
Do we try to get value off of the Gwen here? Why not?
My goodness, what is all this?
The Midnight Rebel! And so we begin!
Let the light guide you.
The night is young!
Shine with me.
I hate traffic. Come on!
Come on!
Never back down from what you believe. Shine with me. Never back down from what you believe. This is my choice.
Okay.
Ever hear about the bad man who tried to catch the doll? He missed.
Get it? Missed?
Shine with me.
Well, that's unfortunate because that means I can't. Also, Cataclysm Lux before she levels. Rekindler is right on time, though.
Pushing my limits. I shall need my tools. No matter their resolve, mine will be stronger. Going to the light.
Yeah, yeah.
That's perfect music to dance to.
First time, madam. I suppose it's rather novel.
I should never tire of something so grand.
Allow me.
Scalper before I smack you.
Scamper before I smack ya.
should too.
First time, madam? I suppose it's rather novel.
I should never tire of something so grand.
I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna keep passing here until they kill our.
A beacon through the dark.
One candle for every soul.
Illuminate the enemy.
Sick first game. Sick first game.
Did you see that? I did that. Me.
I wonder if instead of Shield of Duran, though, Barrier would be better. The spell that the 3-mana spell that gives Barrier. Because Shield of Duran, I'm already thinking about changing this deck. Because Shield of Durand tends to be a little better if we wanted to run that Challenger unit. Which I'm not convinced we want just yet, but I could see it being something that makes its way into the deck. Also, I know we talked about Senna Sentinel in the Light. Still not 100% certain on that one, but double attack's so good. Potentially leveling up Lucian so good. We have things like Glimpse Beyond too to like help with her dying and more Mask Mother. This one will be interesting to see how good this one actually ends up being. I guess even with those bans, those ghastly players or whatever they're called, you're creating it's essentially a 3-mana 4/3 with Fearsome and Hallowed. Like it's not that now triggered Hallowed, which is not bad. That's why I think this card deck could potentially be pretty good. Maybe we want more of it though. We actually do have quite a few spells in the deck, and it might be too many. Although 3 of them, the Strike Up the Ban, are effectively units, so then we're more like a 25-15 split, which is pretty much on the money. Yeah, we're gonna think about that more. What was it thinking abouting? Shield of Durand. Because they definitely could have double Mystic shot us there. But then again, I guess that's true of... What am I trying to say here? That's true of the other one as well. Shield of Durand is also something we can do proactively at the end of a round because it grants, and Barrier does not stick round to round. Shield of Durand is something that we can play more proactively. So yeah, now thinking about it a little bit further. Hallowed Tentacles, that is interesting. Very interesting. Well, I like that curve, and I like that one. Heck, I'm just going to keep all of this because we could potentially do some nastiness with Mask Mother plus Senna, but...
Push back the darkness.
Push back the darkness.
Mercy.
Deal. That means they're not tentacle smashing us next turn, so that's very, very good.
Nagakaburo surrounds us.
Now here's the question. Do I could play her...
They're as good as dead.
You're adorable when you're angry. Do you feel her presence?
I'll bring them peace. No room for doubt.
yourself right at home.
If only she could see me.
Death begins your body.
If only she could see me. So
Burn away the shadows.
we actually have 6 mana, so we could rally and then glimpse beyond this thing.
Truth is no betting.
Is that where we want to be?
A chance to live.
This is mercy.
I shall need my tools.
I've a mask for you.
No room for doubt.
Get wrecked.
And stay dead.
Yo, do we want another, That was, we had the nuts, though. We had the nuts. But yeah, maybe we want another, That makes me want another, rally card. Faux show. Can only fit so many things in the deck, though. It honestly could be we have too many 3s. Like, do we need 3 Strike Up the Band and 3 of that Conductor? Debatable. Oh, Barrier. That's cool, because Barrier is a positive keyword that can't be generated by any of the other garbage. Okay. Definitely gonna go Lucian into Senna. Hope that they can't deal with one of them before we can hold up Glimpse Beyond. Just because, I guess that doesn't matter. Gwen, which is nice.
There's a chill in the air.
There's an air in the chill. That's true. Relentless Pursuit comes from extra Lucians too, so...
What's the plan?
We shoot them.
What's the plan? What's the plan? We shoot them. I think the potential of pushing more damage is better. Like, it's very likely that they just play out a unit
Stand, breathe, see.
and then have a barrier effect that they can hold up. So maybe getting in for 3 damage is just better. Because the likelihood of me pushing more damage against a deck like theirs is unlikely. Okay, well now they're not holding up barrier lifesteal, but they could still have other barrier effects. They could also have Sharp Sight +2. Well, Sharp Sight doesn't do enough. Am I getting debated here? It's unlike one of these two cards levels, right? Our hand is very expensive.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
Master, I am ready for my next lesson.
Bullshit, you're not ready.
The party never ends, nor its spillage.
What did he say? The party never ends, nor do the spirits? Not quite. I don't think that's what he said.
It must be done.
I have another Lucian hand that I could just immediately play out, so I don't think we want to draw two. We have plenty of things we like to play here.
Another day, another monster to slay.
Not a problem when you're by my side.
My gun does the talking.
Annoying thing is they could give Shen barrier and then... Well, this stops barrier.
We walk between realms. They are under my protection.
Is this a challenge?
Do we like Lucian leveling here? I think so.
I'll sleep when they're dead. This is mercy.
Immediately. As it had to be.
Definitely just gonna play out a Gwen. What's her spell again? Oh yeah, the sacrifice something, deal damage. Yeah. Yeah. Kill an ally.
Hello!
Hello. Hello.
Hello!
If only she could see me.
Into the forest.
A snip, a trim,
Too damn soon. No room for doubt. This is mercy.
Okay, when Lucian gets the pop off in this deck, holy shit.
And stay dead.
Holy god. Right, well even if the rest of this session sucks, Our first few games have been great. We've got to see Lucian absolutely pop off, and we've gotten to see Gwen snippety snip people to shreds as well, which is cool. Ash and Thresh. Okay, that's an interesting combo. Maybe it's mostly a Thresh deck that's just running Ash as something for Thresh to bring out. Do we like Vile Feast against what they potentially have going on? I'm gonna say no. Don't know about that. We have plenty of 3s in our deck. I think we just throw everything away looking for 1s and 2s. We have 3 rounds to draw into
We shall sing.
3 mana plays like that anyway, so.
Come in, come in.
Come in, come in!
Nothing escapes my watch.
Could Vile Feast that?
Another guess.
I don't think it's necessary.
Join us.
Look out for reavers.
Is that worth Duranding? If it means they don't get the other card, I think so.
Light the signal fires.
Okay. Definitely
I
a...
will unite the Freljord.
Push back the darkness.
Avarosans, stand together!
Definitely a Lucian and pass kind of turn.
Winter take you.
That's a bit unfortunate. Do I want to play this? Just to get the keyword? Doesn't seem that good. Could play it on that.
Bring in the heat.
I should have bumped up this thing's health.
My life for Avarosa.
So he's gonna get frostbitten. Do we want to just Mask Mother then?
There's a chill in the air.
And I guess I'll do this so it can start to see stuff die. There's a Senna. Okay.
Set her free, you monster.
No, that's it. Just no. So this and this can trade unless I Shielded the Rand. This is going to frostbite that, so he might actually go here now that I think about it. Never mind.
You're late.
You're early.
If he has like brittle steel as well, that's going to be rough. Alright, let's see if this works.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
It can be brittle steel, which is nice. If I swing before playing this gentleman out,
We are the very soul of this celebration.
like now he can play the you know, the ice archer dude.
Ancient things trapped in the
Okay, that means he can't harsh winds me. Oh, they reduced his power? No, they increased his power. It used to be a 3/3, or they increased his defense.
No room for doubt.
I should have gone the other way.
Look at me.
Why would I barrier him? Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's stupid, because now I can't rally. I should have barriered him.
Come on in.
1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about your dad.
Okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. Although they might have just taken the hit, honestly. They might have just taken the hit. It was still a mistake what I did, but at least it wasn't. That's true. I'm gonna lose
You gotta believe me.
the
I
Lucian.
won't miss.
But damn it, we're gonna rally. They done fucked up, I think.
I'll lead us to victory!
Doesn't matter, right?
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
So immense the soul.
Guess they're just playing kind of like mid-range mush.
What a joy!
I've carved meat bigger than you. Let's talk about your tan.
I guess they did prevent a level up.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Can do this proactively. Probably worth it. Ooh, hello.
We each died, then found hope.
Nothing to fear. I will not squander the great gift I've been given.
Swiftly now.
Why didn't they play this out?
I shall need my tools.
Oh, does this... that sucks. I thought this goes on the stack, but it checks to see her power after it resolves. That's shitty. But I guess it does mean that you're not just dead to that trigger. Lame. Yeah, no, I fucked up by not barrying Lucian. Because, well, yeah, so if I had done that, they could have either let 8 damage through, which means they were forced to block. They might have just died because they had 8 less health. Or if they did block, it would have rallied, and they were forced to block Lucian with their Thresh. Chances are they would have just taken the hit rather than let me rally and put themselves into that position. Yeah, because the way I did it, he also got to level the Thresh too. Like, that's the problem. So if he would have had to level the Thresh, and then it wouldn't have. He could have decided to level the Thresh, sacrifice it maybe because he had another one in hand. Yeah, I think I win that game if I barrier Lucian there, and I don't know why. It's just instinct to me to just barrier the weaker of the two, because Lucian, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was obviously a huge mistake. Alright, they're probably going bigger than we are based on their other champion, so that could be a problem. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's just the champion. Hopefully the champion clunks up their hand, and then we can get under what they're doing.
Night Rebel! Join us!
But I mean, it kind of means if we can't kill them before turn 6, we're probably just going to lose. Because we're going to get outvalued. Well, is that actually necessarily true? Because most of their stuff aren't going to survive strikes from blockers.
Allow me.
whistle in the air.
They could have Vile Feast, so I'm gonna
2, 3.
put the buff on the 5-2.
We are the very soul of this celebration.
Sentinels of light don't fear.
I guess we have Ranger's Resolve to have stopped that, but... Ooh, Cataclysm.
Chance to run.
Could be right.
Justice will be served!
Annoying. One? So she'd go up to a 5. This would be a 3. So it would force them to block? Is that correct? No, because she's got +1 now. She'd be a 7. Then she'd be a 5, which is not as good. Okay, let's just pass. Ooh.
In a world full of monsters, I'm glad I have you.
That'll never change. I'll bring them peace.
I mean, is that gonna be their...
Bring in the heat.
I'm gonna pass then. Beautiful.
This is a chance for me to leave my mark.
Strike for justice!
Fortunate fellow.
Attention, please.
I will not squander the great gift I've been given.
I guess we're just gonna die to her triggers then.
Very good.
A waltz for the lady. I know just the piece.
How did you know I love to dance?
I'm so dumb. I should have played this. That was stupid of me. Yeah, 10 out of 10 should have played that.
Oh, after you. Both of you.
Allow me.
This is mercy.
Cut to the chase.
Attention, please.
Not killing thingy. Should I kill her? Because they could rally. If they rally, they're going to do it with her. Man, I should have won this game too, because I should have played this ghastly band out last turn. Attacked.
Lovely lilting melody.
And we would have won.
Burn away the shadows.
Now we're just dead to all these triggers, probably.
What a joy.
Go ahead. Scare me.
John! You're missing lethal moves, bro! Wait, is that true? No, right? It was not true last round, because I had already rallied, right? Yeah, I didn't play like the barrier or a rally effect. I rallied as a result of other stuff. So yeah, never mind. It wouldn't have done anything. I just needed a Gwen of my own, basically. Because life drains a bitch. Unless it's your life drain, then it's great. Let's just find units.
Push back the darkness.
Stand, breathe, see.
Shurima Ionia. So they don't really have ways of gaining health. I mean, they technically do, but...
Find a gift for an action, right, Arda?
Worth 2 for wanting them here? Probably not.
We'll get our licks in.
What a strange, wonderful world.
We love it when they run.
If they don't attack right away, we can level up with level up Gwen with Cataclysm, which is great.
I can almost taste it. The void.
It's too bad we haven't done a ton of damage yet.
What a
There she is, our guest of honor.
I've never been the guest of honor anywhere before.
On to the next.
I shall need my tools.
It's probably worth pushing damage, right?
Looks like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
Ever hear about the bad man who tried to catch the doll? He missed! Nothing to fear.
Who are you?
They've breached.
This also means that now this Kaisa can't get lifesteal, which is good.
I'll show you how to fight. We have something the Void will never understand. Me. Come on! Can't hide from the light.
So even if I sharp sight, I am still not going to be able to kill her.
Return to us. We each died, then found home.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
Come to the light.
GG!
I've got eyes. Back in your hole.
I guess they could have a barrier lifesteal card. That barrier lifesteal card actually probably pretty good, right? Because those are two rare, but it doesn't grant. Does Evolve care about grant? Something I'd have to test out.
Did you see that? I did that! Me!
I mean, barrier isn't permanent, but you can still grant it. But I wonder if that particular combat trick that I'm thinking of works. What is the wording on Evolve exactly? It says given, doesn't say grant, so yeah, combat tricks probably work too. Which I think is fine because it's pretty hard to enable. I don't care. It's pretty hard to enable Evolve. I think we'll do one or two more, and then I might call it a game, call it a day, call it a session. A lot of people are playing this build, so clearly somebody popularized it and decided that it was pretty good. Alright, I mean, that's a decent 1, 2, 3. It can be awkward for them to get going, so we can push a lot of damage with that. Gwen can come down and then start going crazy. Here's a Lucian.
A brief engagement, but a joyous one. Join us.
Probably Lucian we want to play next. Especially if Strike Up the Band is our turn 3 play.
Don't get in my way.
Ooh.
Hello, love.
In the field, you call me commander.
Sorry, tapping my mic. They could have the 3 mana. Let's see. Well, let's see what they play first.
We love it when they run!
Come in.
Okay. 4, 8, 11 damage. Yeah.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
The balance. The balance. What do I want to play here? Another Senna, maybe? So they both...
You're late.
You're early.
I sense an imbalance.
You monster! Go ahead, scare me. Quit struggling!
My father's blade.
Gonna find a gift for an action, right, Arda?
I think this is worthwhile.
Take the chance to run.
Another guest. Wonderful.
The Order rewards its faithful.
There's so much to see. Where do I start?
At the beginning, madam.
one balance.
I will play my part. Wrap him up tight. That's right. Run!
They're gonna be disappointed in this. GG.
Did you see that? I did that! Me!
Yeah, one more, and then I think that might be it. We can get off to a good start.
Welcome, one and all, to the Midnight Rebel!
Please, make yourself right at home.
Warm your body, warm your soul.
I live to serve.
Maybe I'm just supposed to throw this away.
You will speak when I allow you. Impress me.
We are the very soul of this celebration.
I said walk.
Allow me.
Don't waste my time. Impress me.
I guess he is a 4/5 with regen now, sure.
Sentinels of light don't fear the dark.
I was like, is that good? No, he actually did get the +2 whatever. Man, where are my draws like that?
We love it when they run!
There's so much to see. Where do I start?
At the beginning, madam.
At the beginning, madam. Am I supposed to sharp sight Senna to trade this off? I don't think so.
Lucian!
There she is, our guest of honor!
I've never been the guest of honor anywhere before.
Maybe the Merciless Hunters are actually pretty good. I don't know why, but I didn't consider this card originally. It's nice because the husks make up for one of the weaknesses, which is low health. You get Fearsome, which is not super interesting of a keyword, but you know, it's still a keyword. Maybe it's better than the one vulnerable thing. A couple of those instead of some of the other stuff we have could be good. So what's our Hallowed at? Just 4, huh?
What a magical place. Time moves so quickly here.
Very good.
I know that look.
Yeah, we just want to be going wide around.
Take a load off.
They're doing.
Beg.
Tough day, friend.
Tough day, friend.
I should stamp you out like the insect you are.
Plenty of fun to go round.
Don't waste my time.
Didn't even. Surrender before you play your card, then.
Just a stitch in time.
Allow me.
Alright, I think that's going to do it for today. I'll end on a high note. Yeah, this deck is really, really fun. Don't know what more to say about it. I figured this was, during spoiler season, this was the deck that immediately looked interesting to me before we got sort of Evelyn and her Husk stuff more clearly explained. Because obviously then it looked like it was going to be pretty good with Kaisa, if not. But yeah, this was the one that immediately I was like, yeah, I definitely want to drain people with big nasty Gwens, for sure. I think the mix of rally effects and like the rekindlers is good. Almost wonder if a third one would be good, but I think it ended up being a little too clunky. We are mostly an aggressive deck. We had that one cool game where we had like back-to-back rekindlers for double Gwen on the field, which is nasty. If we could find more ways of doing that, that'd be pretty cool. Obviously, that one card that attacks and creates your strongest thing could be a way to do that turn to turn, but it creates ephemerals. It doesn't give you immediate value. Yada yada yada. Yeah, I'd play more games with this deck before deciding whether or not if I wanted a slightly different mix of cards. But so far, I'm pretty pleased with everything. There is an awful lot of 3s is the only thing I would say, but I mean, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Our curve kind of stops at 4 just about, and we only have, as you can see, 4 cost cards, although drawing extra Lucians when he's out on the field to get his Relentless Pursuit kind of counts as well, and is a pretty good way of getting additional rallies, which could mean that the Golden Aegis is not necessary, but it's felt so good in all the games we played it. I don't know if it's just, obviously it's a bit anecdotal, but just having an extra one of these effects has felt really, really good, especially when you just don't find the Lucians. Or if I had drawn a Lucian at some point, it's like, well, Golden Aegis would be better. So, not that that's really particularly relevant. Almost want more Mask Mother, but I think 2 is probably fine. Like the times that it's gonna come up where you're wanting to Mask Mother a Senna to trigger a Lucian, or just any other Hallowed unit to get that little bit of value off of it before swinging, I think is fine. Especially these ghastly bands that you don't mind on your defensive turns, dropping and then mask mothering it to turn her into a 4/3 fearsome Hallowed, which is cool. Yeah, cool stuff, good stuff. I'm actually surprised my initial crack at this deck went so well, but to be fair, it's kind of a mostly established archetype, sort of. I mean, Lucian, Shadow Isles, like aggro has been a thing for the longest time. And since then we've just gotten so much more rallying effects that can just push it over the top, especially when you have really crazy attack triggers like this to benefit from. So it's probably no surprise it worked out pretty well. Plus, I mean, we're a pretty aggressive deck running down people that are trying to mid-range with Kaisa, so obviously gonna have a good time in that case. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, folks. Thanks for checking out the videos. Next time we come back, which might be a little while from now because I am going on a bit of a vacation, we're going to be playing some... I might experiment more with this Shadow Isles Evolve, or I might continue playing around with the Evelyn version because I just think it's more fun, and see if we can't turn it into something reasonable. I also want to try Alawi Lux with that new Tentacle Sermon card, the 6-cost one, to see if see how that feels. Also had some thought of trying a Nivea with just making space for just a one of that that 6-drop that creates strongest units. It's either gonna bring back Rekindlers or Niveas, which is kind of cool. What is her name? Hollow Dancers? I don't think I've crafted any of those yet. No. I could see a one of this as kind of like a 4th Rekindler in a way. Could be fine. It's too bad we don't have any... What do we need? We would need a 5-drop in the deck to bring this out with Gluttony. That could be worth considering. What 5-drops would be worth running? I know this is like kind of beyond the scope of this video, so if you're done, feel free to shut it off. This was the one I immediately thought of, but maybe there's better ones. Kill an ally to summon a random follower. Yeah, no. I mean, we don't mind killing our stuff sometimes, but I don't think that's good enough. The stuff, like, we'd rather have the 4-mana 3/3 that kind of does a similar thing. This for stalling. And then when that doesn't work, when they go to kill it, kill your thing. Anyway, I'm sure that's just not... It's just not good. The Gluttony is already good enough as is, with the fact that we have Anivias and Entreats to help us find Anivias. I don't think we need to make it better. But there have been games where I've run out of Rekindlers. So, finding those Dancers... having a Dancer as a... another way of getting that kind of style effect could be kind of cool. And it's revives an attacking copy of it, so it would revive an attacking Anivia that's going to do Glacial Storm either 1 or 2, then create the egg, which hopefully survives, you know. Otherwise, I had this one of Absorb Soul in here, which I just kind of put in as a placeholder for this. But I actually wonder if this might actually be a fine card in the deck. You just kind of want maximum ways of gaining life and stalling. One of Piercing Darkness. I've used this. I've targeted my own units with this to gain 5 and stay alive. Plus, it's like a okay removal spell. I think it's a fine one of. I might want the 5-mana drain spells, like one of the 2 other ones though, instead of this. It actually could honestly be right to just have one of each. They serve different purposes. I don't think so though. You probably just pick whichever one of these 2 is more meta relevant and leave it at that. Or this Absorb Soul, and then you probably replace the Absorb Soul with whichever one it is. Could be this one, because no, sorry, this is not the one I'm thinking of. Drain 3 from it. I'm thinking of the sweeper. Oh yeah, that's not technically a drain, it's a heal. Yeah, it's either Withering Mist or Withering Wail. That's what... Okay, so I could have just typed in Withering. I hate that it doesn't... Yeah, sorry. This is what I meant. One of these two. One of these two, either with Absorb Soul or just get rid of the Absorb Soul and put in that Dancers. This is probably not good. It just felt good the one time. I just put it in as a joke and then it came up and it felt pretty good in the game. I think it's because I drained an Anivia who still traded with a unit and then revived and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's probably not as good as this. What does this do again? Deal 1 to all enemies, heal. Yeah, I could see it being this one because of husks that you want to take down. And there's just other aggressive stuff that can... Hallowed, a lot of Hallowed stuff only has 1 health. That deck probably running at least some number of Rangers Resolve, but still. Yeah. Yeah. So this probably becomes Eternal Dancers when I decide to craft it. We might actually play games with this and see how it does. But I don't know if I'm playing enough Runeterra to go all the way back into a deck like that. Rather just play new stuff. Alright, now I'm finally done. Thanks for listening to the ramble.